Did the Orioles do enough to keep their window wide open with their young core? Bringing in Tyler O'Neill for 3 years, $49.5 million, signing Gary Sanchez to a 1-year deal. Yeah, Yankee fans, don't be distraught. Gary Sanchez is a below average player. Charlie Morton, 1 year. Who would you rather have, Corbin Burns or Charlie Morton? Don't get me wrong, Charlie Morton, he is a gamer. He takes the ball. He has been around the block. Of course, you'd rather have Corbin Burns. On the other hand, you say it's a 1-year deal. On the other hand, you've got Gunnar Henderson on the injured list already. On the other hand, you've got Batista back. Your bullpen is going to be strong. On the other hand, the Orioles are in a division where it seems entirely unlikely that they will be able to win 95 games. OLI number 2. How quickly will Max Fried not earn his 8-year $218? OLI number 3. How quickly will Alex Bregman fall in love with the Green Monster? There's been a lot of talk about the Red Sox. You may hear about them later in this show. Alex Bregman leaving the Astros for the Red Sox was a huge story this offseason. Didn't quite break my top 5, but it was a great story because Boris promised him a rose garden and ended up with a tulip. The hope is that Bregman can turn into Snell and that Bregman can turn 3-1-20 next year into a 6-year deal, maybe even a 7-year deal, but it will require Bregman endeavors to get along and not be Hanley and Jose Reyes. It will require Bregman to not get seduced by the Green Monster. And it will require the Red Sox to actually perform for the first time in multiple years. Okay. Number 5. The top 5 stories to watch. Will Juan Soto lead the Mets back to the LCS at least? The reason why that's my number 5 story is that it's one of those things that we'll talk about during the course of the season. We won't know it until October if they make the playoffs. And the question will be the measurement of the juice. Because Steve Cohen has already told you he did a lot of squeezing to have the payroll where it is. And he did that squeezing in order for the Mets to take the next step. He did the squeezing not to win the pennant, not to lose in the LCS, not to win the division. No. He squoze every last drop out of that big red apple to actually win a ring. Number 4, we're going to watch all season whether or not the Tampa Bay Rays, playing 45 of their first 59 games at home in a strange schedule quirk in order to try to give the players a break from playing outside in Florida. We never got that break, and we were playing outside in Florida. Not exactly sure why everyone is shoveling elephant tard in order to get the Rays a favorable schedule like that. But it's not that I'm jealous. I'm just saying we're rewarding the Rays. Oh, I guess it's a natural disaster, force majeure. It couldn't have been expected what happened. That said, having the Rays play in Tampa open air where the Yankees spring train, we're going to be following that story all year. The Tampa Bay Rays already announced a sellout for their opening day. Let me tell you something. It would be my dream. Tarp 28,000 seats of Marlins Park and announce a sellout every goddamn day. And then have a sellout streak that would make John Henry and Fenway Park blush. Announcing a sellout of a major league game of a stadium that has a capacity of 11,000, I'm not exactly sure I'm going to lead with that in my PR package unless people, you're not buying it, are you? Another example of teams or baseball treating you like you're dumb. Number 3, will Shohei Ohtani pitch? And if he does pitch, will he pitch successfully? Shohei Ohtani has not pitched on a mound since February 25th. This coming Saturday, which is a date that I can't quite think of, unless Thursday's the 27th, which makes Saturday the 29th, Shohei Ohtani will take the mound again to throw a bullpen. Shohei Ohtani is not close to throwing in a major league game unless they put him in the bullpen and they ramp him up only to be a bullpen guy. And I assure you that would be idiotic. So in order to stretch him out, they're going to try to do his spring training during the actual regular season in major league games in order to protect his bat. They already told you they didn't want to put him down to a rehab assignment. It is unheard of to not pitch in rehab games when you've had Tommy John. It is unconscionable to not have rehab games when you've had a second Tommy John. But don't at me or anything. Don't go ahead and tell me that he didn't have a second Tommy John. He had some sort of other surgical repair that they're not telling you. Nope. It was Tommy John. And if the Dodgers are telling you that they're not going to send him out, then let's watch him do spring training during a game, and let's see if he can actually come back and be a successful two-way player. Number 2, everybody's talking about this except for Coca. Will the Los Angeles Dodgers be the greatest team to ever play the game? The greatest regular season team is the Seattle Mariners. They won 116 games. Don't worry. I know exactly what happened in the postseason, but that's not what I'm telling you the story to watch is. The story to watch is, do the Dodgers win 116 games? Now, it is true they are off to an amazing start. They are 2-0. The odds of them breaking this record? Get ready, Pablo. De minimis. And the number one story that I'm watching this season is, how will MLB replace ESPN? ESPN sent Carl Ravitch out yesterday to do a whole bunch of talking about his career at ESPN, what a great partner ESPN has been to baseball, what a great fan of baseball ESPN is, all the great coverage ESPN does, how he hopes there'll be a continuation of a deal. And in fact, there won't be a divorce. There'll be a reconciliation. And I don't mean for one night, just for one last time, one final moment to say, oh, I remember, that's only decent. No. MLB is out right now selling a package that they lost at $550 million valuation. Home Run Derby, Sunday nights, postseason. Will MLB prove me right and John Skipper wrong? That is a story that I'll be watching this offseason.